Welcome back to the C8 Corvette Part 6 tutorial. Yes, so the blueprints, you can find the blueprints in Part 1 in the description, and that is downloadable without any restriction. In this tutorial, uh, we're going to create this surface here. It runs on this cut and then this corner here, and then but first we're going to add that little bit of curvature on our bonnet that goes up in that direction. Okay, so let's quickly add that, and then we get to that next surface. So let's open up that section. Okay, and then what we're going to do is come in here and then grab this line and just click on this line, and it will show up in our future tree, and then open up this drop down menu and right click and edit that sketch. Okay, so first we're going to come in from the front here, and then we're just going to keep that as it is, and then let's see from the side how much space we have. Okay, so that will go like that, and I will add that what we are looking for. Yeah, so we don't need to raise that any higher, or maybe just a little bit. So let's jump back into the front here quickly, and just grab this line and just raise this up just a tiny bit, maybe about that much. Okay, and then come to the side here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to grab a spline. Of course, it's going to be a 3D spline. So it's a 3D spline, and then we're going to snip to this corner here and to this point. Okay, so next thing is we want to make this line tangent. So click on that line, hold Control, click on this edge, and press tangency. And then we're gonna come into the side here, and then just click on this line, grab the handle, pull it up a bit so the second handle will show up, and then we're just gonna pull that line down like that, and then let's pull this line a little bit forward so that will create our curvature. Okay, so exit the sketch and let's see how the surface looks. All right, so that created our curvature. It's hard to see, but it is curving upwards now. So that's good. And then also let's just jump back here for a second and maybe add a little bit more of that curvature. That was this here, and then edit the sketch, and then let's come to the front. Let's see if let's raise it up a little bit. Make sure that these handles are straight to each other. Right, pull this perpendicular to the other one. Okay, and then let's move this line a little bit more up. Okay, let's come to the side, press spacebar, and let's have a look at our handlebar here. And then maybe bring it down a little bit more. Exit the sketch, and let's have a look. That's a lot more curvature now. So as you can see, yeah, it's a lot better this way. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's get on to our. Okay, so let's get rid of this curvature here. Let's hide it, and then let's define that surface that we're going to do now. So if we jump over to our first display state here, and then well, first let's jump in here and add back our lines so we can see our lines, and then let's jump to this front plane and press normal to profile. So if we look at the picture, you can see that in the front, this line here is the highest point of the vehicle. If we look at the blueprint, that's the highest point. And then from this point, it's going to come up to this edge, and then that's our highest point. So if we jump over here, we can see that that line is it stands somewhere on this section here. Okay, so let's jump back into. Let's just come in here and then take off this blue glass, remove apparent, and then let's take off these lines here and maybe hide some of these curvatures on this view as well, so not confusing us. So let's hide that curve, let's hide this curve, let's hide this curve, let's hide that one. Okay, so let's hide this one as well. Okay, so we're going to start from this edge, and of course right. So the first sketch we need to create is go to our top plane, first sketch, and then um, jump back into the picture here. That's the sketch. That the cut is right here, and the cut should be. It's hard to see, but the cut is somewhere around this area. It's hard to see it on the blueprint. Um, let's see the picture again. Um, so basically, the cut, I believe, is somewhere there. Did better. It is. No. So it's that cut should be somewhere here. Yeah, that's where the cut is. Okay, so let's see the picture. Okay, so it goes like that. It's the wing mirror. That comes to this cut here. Okay, so let's grab a spline, and then we're going to snip to this corner here, and then to this cut here, and we can also add spline points. So yeah, it's better not to just add like spline point because then it's just gonna be too much handles. So that's our cut somewhere here. Um, as you can see, it goes down all the way to here about there. Press escape. So picture. I should have used this picture instead of that sketch picture. Um, so the cut goes down there like that. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's grab onto this line here and try to manipulate it shape that we're looking for. Okay. Uh, like that. Let's curvature now. This curvature is right. Curvature is right here. It's there. It's a straighter here, and then curvature comes out here, something like that. Okay. Let's add a spline point here to this section. Okay. And then let's come in here and add our display control polygon, so we can play with our curvature a lot better. That some here. Go straight and down, and then like that. So straight down, and then our curvature should be around here, and then it falls down to the headlight. A little bit on that one, yeah. Okay. So that's that curvature. Leave it as is, and we see what we get with this one. And then the next sketch is going to be on the front plane. Let me just double check. Okay. And then exit the sketch. And then next sketch is on front plane. Oh, sorry, it's on the front plane. Okay, and then so that's the outer section, the outer one, not the inner curvature. So right, so the simple curvature is because it's the highest point. It's going to grab this spline, and then which is gonna come from here to all the way back here. And let's grab that spline and get it to the line as best as possible. A little bit up here, a little bit down here. Okay, let's add a spline point in the middle. Okay, and then let's add a control polygon, display control polygons, and then let's manipulate it further so we can something like that. And bring this down a little bit. So that's the highest one basically. So exit the sketch, and let's create that spline, that 3D spline. So let's go to projected curve, click that one, and then click. click that one first, and then sketch on sketch, of course, and then select that one, and that one creates a nice curvature for us. And then press OK on that. And let's jump back over to our second display state here, and let's have a look at the curvature. Press spacebar, and then let's jump back first display state. So it's roughly the same thing. Our 3D spline is roughly all right. Okay, so right. So so let's check that curve. So yeah, so we want to go create that line, the defining line that we have here, and then obviously if you look at the picture here, so the top of our bonnet is what's going to define our line here all the way around. Let's have a look at from the side. So that's a top curve here, and that's the edge of our bonnet, right? Okay, so let's create that spline just so we have that line defined. So let's grab onto this corner here, and we're just gonna bring this corner. Yeah, it's just going to bring that corner all the way back here. So somewhere here to that part, the edge of the door. Okay, and let's just make that line, create that profile. So we have a rough reference of our geometry here. Also, we want to make sure that no, that's fine. Okay, so leave the sketch there and exit the sketch, and we're gonna come here in the top plane, the sketch on the top, and then of course that line is gonna add this corner to the edge of. Okay, so let's make that spline that from here to the edge of. Here. Okay, and then let's come here to this, and then that's here, like that. Okay. Um, according to our picture, that line is not tangent with that one. So, but actually we can make it that one better. So click on that, hold Control, and grab that one, and make that tangent. Press OK on that. Just grab this bar and just pull it in to here. That should be fine, and we leave it as is, and not bothering. Fine for now. And when we come back to it here, so there, and something like that. Okay, so exit the sketch, and then let's create that 3D spline as well. this one here. So click on that one, click on this one, and this comes straight from that. So, okay, so we have the spline. And let's jump into our second display state here, second display state. And then we can see that our curvature is this one here and that one there. So we're going to make a 3D sketch. This curvature here follows that one. So let's jump into here and 3D sketch. Let's grab that spline and then just click over here and then somewhere here. And when we will get to the point, get to our first display state, we will check that. Okay, so pull it out until it's you have that coincident relation. So press OK on that, and then press the space bar, jump into the front, and jump into our first display state. And let's hold a second. Let's do that this way. Okay, and then oh, good. And that cut is actually that cut is straight. It's a straight cut all the way. If we would take that, it will kind of be straight. Maybe it has a little bit of downward on that one. So yeah, we know already. Then this is what we have to, and that should be our cut there. That okay, and the other one on that side is look like that wants to be mirrored over. So we leave that, and then the next one is we're going to add in another 3D curve from this point to this point. Then going to add some profiles to those as well, and then jump back to this picture. And the last one is not going to be this line that comes from the bonnet. It's going to be a lower section. So we will bring a straight down sketch from that, and then we're going to snip to that to create a depth file there. Okay, so it's right here, that cut. So we're gonna bring that down over here. So let's add a spline point to this section. Spline point to this section here. Here, sketch, and then um, okay. So instead, let's do it this way. Let's grab a 3D spline, grab onto here, and then grab to this corner, and then come in here, and then come out about here, and come with this one all the way to the end until you have the coincident relationship. Okay, so the first one is going to be that we jump into our second display state, and we want to create that profile here. To create that profile here, which was this profile here. Just highlighted it so I can see which one we're working with. And then this profile is going to come down straight down in this section, and then I'm going to add a spline point to about here. Let's try to snap straight onto the line. Okay, and then I'm going to add our control polygon. Click that, and then um, okay, then go here. Okay, that's it. That's what I was looking for. So add your spline point first, and then click on the line and add your control polygon. So you have more manipulation possibilities here. So let's grab this one here. This one, just to create a sharp edge, something like that. That should sort that one out. And let's just come in here and have a look. And again, we can always come back to this one if it's not surface is not where we're looking for. So let's come in here again and let me see how sharp that corner is. So so far that looks good to me, and it's straight. So let's have a look at the picture. Yeah, it's a little bit more straighter possibly. Yeah, that's about fine. And then the next profile that we want to create is this one here. Obviously, um, the starting point will be a tangent with the face. So click the face, hold control, and then press the line, and let go of the control and press the make tangent. So now that we have a tangent relationship in that section, and then uh, get that and just pull it a little bit up to about here, because that's what it looks like on the picture. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the front line. Front line doesn't have that bulge, so we're just going to grab the face, hold control, grab the line, and make that tangent. Okay, and just pull it in, maybe pull it in a little bit, so maybe we don't have that much of a curvature with that us, but I think that should work out. Okay, so let's have a look at our surface, what we created. So exit the sketch, and then and then um so we have that one there, but we're not gonna go from there to there. So um um let's grab a 3D sketch again. Grab a 3D sketch, grab a spline, and then so get from that point, stay on that edge, and it will be tangent because they did add the tangent relationships. So that sorts that out, and then we will want this to so we're going to create it uh, like that. So like that one is in there. Okay, so let's grab another spline here. Come in quite close, be very close to that edge as possible. and we come all the way up here to that corner. Okay, and grab another spline and grab that one and be nice and close to the spline that created and that point. Okay, so now let's try to add our surface here. So let's try boundary surface. All right, so selection manager. Let's select this line, that line. Press OK, and then selection manager this line. And for directions two, we're going to select that one, and this one here. Press OK. All right, so let's try that again. We are connected everywhere. So boundary surface, selection manager. Let's select that line. Press OK. And selection manager, a line, this line, this line, and for direction two, that one, that one, that one. Okay, right. Okay, so let's try fill surface in this case. So let's select this line, and for constraint curves, let's select this one. Let's select all this here. So first, okay, let's see if this one will do it. Also, it's open somewhere. You need to see where it's opened. To have that connected. Have that one connected. Okay, so you know what? Let's add another 3D sketch onto this area here. So try to stay as close to the spline as possible. Hold on a second. Control Z to take that off. Make sure you, that I'm trying to stay on the points where there are points. There. Okay. This one here, and then this point there. Okay. So let's try now surface and then exit the sketch. Let's try fill surface. So that sketch there, this one, and the constraint curves are these ones here. Let's see if this will, they still open somewhere. Okay, let's see. Let's try boundary surface again here. Try selection manager. This one, and this one. Press OK. And now add our direction twos. This one, and this one. Okay, so all right, so let's try to create the this section first here. So try boundary surface again. This section and this section, and for direction to that one, this one, and this one here. Let's deselect this one. Okay, so they did create a surface, but it didn't add our constraints. So edit feature, and let's add that there. Okay, so it did give us the now those curves there. So let's come here, edit this feature. So let's try to add this feature. Okay, that's it. So now it's working. Good. And now it did give us that little bit of a step here. So later on we can come back here, and then if we want a higher step, then we can raise this step, and also we're tangent with the bonnet here, and it continues on. So let's connect these surfaces together, and then have a look at the picture here. So again, we're gonna come back here and then maybe edit this spline. So we can do that right now. So uh, edit sketch, because this area here is probably why. We might have to do it from two sections. So it will give it a little bit more vigor. So let's have a look at now. Yes, it's getting a little bit better. Okay, right. And then we will have that cup all the way on this area, and we can also edit further that one section. Okay, so let's mirror it over to the other side and see how it looks. So features, mirror, and then choose from plane and body style. Not the whole thing. Shouldn't clean. Well, you don't clean it together yet. So delete knit. Okay, and then now mirror, and then front plane, and then body style. That one. Okay, good. So yeah. So now let's knit this together. So if there's knit this area, so no. Okay. All right. So we will come back in the next tutorial in a tutorial uh in tutorial 7, and we will cut this groove here, and then maybe add further just fine tuning some of the surfaces here with our 3D curves. So that completes tutorial 6. I'm hoping that you were able to follow me step by step. Not just pause it, and as we are doing it together, I'm not rehearsing it. You and me both learning at the same time. So see you in the tutorial 7.